XRP, we start with 1 hour chart. We want to see how we can look for trade. First of all, if we refer to our analysis, I mentioned we want to see the breakout of this correction. And as you can see, price broke already, even the price broke the previous low. And if we refer to the indicators, we see we have a divergence. Okay, now want to see what's the next. Okay, this is the divergence. What are you referring to? And now want to see whether we can look for reversal or not, because we mentioned if we get any reversal, we can look for buy. How deep this one can go? Even we mentioned we don't want to see the breakout of the 40 cents. As we can see, the price broke the 60 cent. Okay, but with the breakout of the 40 cents is not really good sign for us. It doesn't mean the price cannot drop, but we, because I mentioned my last analysis, we prefer to get the reversal before the price break the 40 cent. Okay, how to look for the chart? Right now I'm looking for this one in relative to this as an internal flat, as the first correction with the last. Okay, but if I'm referring to the divergence, I'm referring to this part, because in the second option we can put maybe this is the last wave and this is the correction, but mostly we can look for this too as an internal flat. Okay, again, how deep it can go? Even we can expect the price to turn to a deeper move. But what we are more interested, we're more interested for the price to reverse without breaking the 40 cent. This is what I'm looking for, because since the price was within this move, down move, I mentioned we prefer the price break the lowest price of this correction, then any reversal from there we can look for trade. That means we are more interested to look for buy. Okay, now I want to see whether we can get the trade set up and how we can look for buy. If we move to forward chart, as we can see, the price broke the 65 cents. We mentioned about that. And if we refer to the MACD, we can see the divergence. But the another indicators doesn't show us really good information. That's why I'm not going to refer to that, because mostly in this situation, most of the charts, the second indicator is showing the divergence based on the, the showing the information based on the lower time frames. Okay, again, we didn't even we get the price sharply reverse. If I move to 1 hour chart, there was no trade setup to look for buy, and buying without the trade setup I'm not going to suggest. It depends on the strategy the traders they use. For me, I'm really interested to look for reversal even based on 15 minutes. There was no trade setup. Okay, that's mean if I get any trade setup for buy, I will take it. The first things I need to highlight here, most of the charts they have a similar movement and similar explanation, because mostly they use following the Bitcoin. Okay, because that's why nowadays I just try to look at the main chart. All right, and what I want to say is that if I want to look for trade, and right now I see the flag here correction here, if I get any correction of flag here, then I will take the trade. Okay, because if I want to look for trade, first things we need to have the sharp move, to have a sharp move, which we had here already. That's mean if we get any sharp move with the flag, the only way is to put our entry above the top. And what we want the price break and continue as a sharp move. If the price tag we see is not moving, we don't keep more than 2 hours. Within the first or maximum second hours, we take out the trade, because our the strategies with the sharp move flag, by having entry above the top, the next move should the price break that, the tag our entry break and continue. And the another option is if we get the bigger correction here, that means at least we should get the flat, or maybe we can check based on 15 minutes. Then we get the trade mostly. In that case, we need to trade based on lower. Look at the flat, not like flat based on lower time frame. If we get the trade within the correction based on lower time frame, that means if we get a correction here, we take the trade. And if we get a trade within the correction, that means we get more complex correction here, then we take the trade. And if the trade it doesn't move in our direction, makes the average time is 2 to 4 hours. That means we are not going to keep the trade more than 4 hours if it's not moving in our direction. And any trade, if we get from here either by correction of flag or a stop loss is somewhere below this. Okay, that's why me this is okay. One thing, we cannot confirm this is the start of the up move. That's why we have to wait for the correction of flag before we take the trade. Okay, it doesn't mean the price cannot drop and turn to a deeper move. If there is a continuation, we can look for sell similar to any of this correction, but it's short-term trade. But for long-term, we are more interested to look for buy. That's why we have to look for the trade setup. We are not going to look for buy without the trade setup. For me, I didn't get any trade setup, as I explained, based on even for Bitcoin. Okay, and the reasons I want us to look for buy from here, if there is a reversal, this is what we risk, and this is what we can look for. In terms of the risk and reward, it can give us a really good trade setup. Okay, and one thing we need to know, we don't have really good confirmation for the reversal because we know all the charts they're following the Bitcoin. Okay, maybe sometimes we get the trade from here, it doesn't move in our direction. That's why we have to start to manage. If it's not moving, we take out the trade. If the price drop, the next reversal we try to take the trade. Even we had a similar opportunity, the price reverse, there was no trade setup. There was a reversal, we didn't get a no trade setup. Even there is a possibility we don't get any trade setup here. And even if we get the trade setup, if it's not moving in our direction, as I explained, the way we're looking for the trade, we are not going to keep the trade. But eventually, if we get the trade setup in terms of the risk and reward, it can give us a really good trade. Okay, may even we get a few trade with a small loss, it doesn't matter, because if we get the reversal, even if we get any trade within this down move with a small loss, the next move it can cover everything for us. Okay, again I need to highlight, it doesn't mean the price cannot drop. The only times we can look for the down move as a long term, if we see the reversal as a deeper correction, but right now we don't have it. And if we get any trade setup for buy, this is what we are looking for, and this is what why I have been explaining. That's why I mentioned we want to see the breakout of the correction based on daily chart, then any reversal from there we can look for buy. And since we get the breakout of this correction, any reversal for buy, we take the trade and we start to manage it. Okay, that means we need to look for trade setup. This is the only things I want to highlight here. Whether we should look for buy or not, and right now I'm looking at this. If I get any opportunity to look for buy, I will take it. If it's not moving in my direction, I will take out the trade. As I explained, in terms of the risk and reward, if we get a reversal, it can give us a really good trade setup. Anyway, we just follow the chart. And the only things I want to highlight here, we should take the trade with trade setup. Without the trade setup, we are not going to take the trade. This is the only things I want to highlight. And because of the situation we get for the, I mean, the current situation for the market, because the way the market is moving, we see a lot of the different news. Okay, whether the Bitcoin is going to the zero and all the altcoin going to the crash, we don't need to really focus on the news. If we know how to trade, we take the trade. If it's not moving our direction, we just try to manage it. Okay, and the only thing is we are not going to look for buy without the trade setup, because in case what we had the situation on 2000 end of the 2017 and the first of the 2019 May is going to repeat here. I don't want to say the price is going to drop as low as what we get here, but we need to be really careful. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.